High, high above the world, where the sky is as blue as a dream, lived a little cloud named Coco. She was small, fluffy, and as white as snow, but she always felt a little invisible. While the big, grand clouds painted the sky with rainbows and magnificent sunsets, Coco felt plain and wished she could shine just like them. The oldest cloud, Nimbus, would always tell her, "Don't be sad, little one. Every cloud has its moment to shine." But Coco worried, what if her moment never came? One sunny afternoon, the clouds played a game called Shape Time, turning into funny shapes for the children below. Nimbus became a mighty dragon, Sarah transformed into a grand castle, Strato shifted into a giant whale. But when Coco tried, she just looked like a blob of cotton candy. The other clouds giggled kindly, but Coco's heart sank. She turned a little grey with sadness and drifted away, whispering to herself that maybe she'd never be special. That very night, the sky grew dark. A storm was brewing, but down below, the village fields were dry and thirsty. The villagers looked up with worry. They desperately needed rain, but the heavy storm clouds were too slow and sluggish to move. Nimbus, the wise old cloud, knew they needed a guide. "These big clouds are too heavy," he announced. "Someone light and quick must lead the way, but who could possibly reach the fields in time?" Just then, a small voice piped up. "I can try." It was Coco. Nimbus was surprised. But you're so small." Coco took a deep breath and said with all her might, "Maybe I'm small, but I can still help." With a brave little swoosh, she took off, racing through the stormy sky. Lightning flashed and thunder boomed all around her, but Coco didn't stop. She twirled and glowed, a tiny, bright beacon guiding the heavy rain clouds behind her. She led them directly over the parched fields, and then it happened. Gentle rain began to fall. The flowers lifted their weary heads, the rivers started to fill, and the children below danced joyfully in the puddles. One child looked up, pointed, and shouted with excitement, "Look!" That little shiny cloud led the rain. Up above, the moonlight touched Coco, making her sparkle like silver. The big clouds gathered around her, their cloudy faces beaming with pride. "See, Coco," Nimbus said warmly. "You found your moment to shine by, helping others." Coco smiled, her heart full of a new kind of happiness. "I didn't need to be big," she realized. "I just needed to be brave." From that night on, whenever a storm was needed, Coco was always the first to lead the way, a tiny cloud with a truly big heart. And that is the story of how Coco, the brave little cloud, learned that you don't have to be big to be important. You shine the brightest when you use your unique gifts to help others. Thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe for more wonderful stories.